All right, guys, we're here for another Growth Zone. Thanks for jumping in. This is an interesting topic, and this one is actually taught by Keller Williams Real Estate Company. And it's a very powerful principle. You can also find it taught other places, but it's pretty significant teaching there. And so that's where I'm taking some of these ideas from. And I want you guys to be ready. So download the attached PDF that you can find at the link below this video so you can follow along and work this through on your own. What is E to P? E to P is a process of breakthrough that can be repeated over and over again. And so if you get your mind around it, you understand what it is, you'll be able to actually use it to your advantage and do it over and over. And so what does that look like? Well, here you go. E is entrepreneurial. That's the definition of doing what comes naturally. What's easy for you. In other words, your personality, your charisma, your natural ability. Maybe it's athletics and you're naturally fast, you're naturally good with hand-to-eye coordination. Well, that would be an E. That's easy entrepreneurial for you. Maybe for someone else that's more difficult. Or maybe you're not a good singer, and so that's not an E. That's not easy or entrepreneurial for you. But someone else, they are a good singer. They wake up and they begin to talk as a baby, and the next thing you know, they're singing. And they're singing in school, and they're singing as they grow up, and they're just naturally a good singer with no training. So E is just that entrepreneurial, easy kind of thing to do for your life. But we're applying it to business and to making money. So if you have some things in your life that come very easily, think about that as your E, entrepreneurial, easy way. P is actually when you have to become purposeful, and you really have to get some strategies, you have to get some education, you have to get some models and accountability, some real focused effort to grow. That's purposeful. You're not really a good singer, but with a lot of training and help from a coach, you actually become a good singer and you can do a pretty good job, but it wasn't your natural ability. That's the difference between E to P. So what I'm going to do with you now is apply that to your business and just kind of show you how this model works. If you look at this chart over here, there's an E and then there's a P. So E is that entrepreneurial. If you're living in your entrepreneurial, if you're working and doing business in your entrepreneurial, you're going to be moving up in that and growing. You're doing good. And then, bam, you're going to hit a ceiling where your growth stalls out. So here's an example. Okay, you want to start a hot dog business. You naturally are pretty good at making hot dogs and talking to people. So you get a little cart and you bring it to the park and start selling hot dogs. And before you know it, you're selling 100 hot dogs a day. And it's just so easy. It's like I just wake up, walk over, just boom, 100 hot dogs, and I'm making money. But pretty soon you have a wait time that's a good 45 minutes to get a hot dog. Customers are getting mad, people are leaving, and you still can't make more than 100 hot dogs. And so you run into this ceiling. It's like, I don't really know what to do from here. Do I need to hire someone? Do I need to move up to a food truck with more space? Do I need to get a brick and mortar building? Like, what's my next step? And you're not really sure. So you're going to be stuck now at this small cart trying to work with the customers, watching people get mad and walking away because the wait is too long, until you get purposeful and start to learn some new strategies. Learn how to actually hire people, build a team, get a bigger vehicle, and start to put those things together. Maybe get a business loan for a small brick and mortar shop. You have to start learning and growing and putting the effort in to get past what came naturally. Okay, let's pretend that two people come over to a real estate company and both of them want to be top salespeople. The first person sets their goal to sell $10 million. I'm going to sell $10 million in real estate this year. And they walk in and they wind up only selling $5 million. They really don't have great people skills. They've never sold houses before. They don't know a lot of people in the area. So their natural, easy, kind of entrepreneurial E level of sales stalls out at around $2 million. And that's all they can sell. Someone else comes in and boom, they just walk in the door. They don't even attend any classes or anything, and they sell $10 million in real estate because they have a natural personality for sales. They've already done sales in the past. They've already know a lot about the housing market because they were a builder. Like, they just have things about them that cause their natural, just easy, entrepreneurial kind of level to just be at a higher grade. But here's the thing about E to P is both of them will run into the same problem. Eventually that first person stalled out at 2 million. That's all they could do in their natural ability. Well, that second person then stalled out at 10 million. A lot more money, but they both hit a ceiling. And for the 10 million person to move up to a 20 million, or for the 2 million to move up to a 10 million, they're both going to have to go through the same process of becoming purposeful. What skills do I need to learn? What people do I need to know? What do I have to develop in my business systems in order to break through this ceiling and get to a new level of achievement? So that's what we're talking about. So E, you come in as an E, but don't get discouraged. Wherever you cap out, whatever ceiling you hit, that's common. Everybody hits a ceiling like that. The question is, what do you do once you hit it? A lot of people just keep hitting it and living and setting new goals and having new vision and just hitting it, and they just bounce around underneath it for the rest of their business or the rest of their life. But the people who are aware of this process understand that when they hit a new ceiling, what they're really hitting is an indicator that says it's time to learn and grow. And if you're willing to do that, you can break through the ceiling that's above you and get to a new level. Now, here's the good news. The good news is that once you break through and you begin to live in that experience of that new level for a while, it becomes your new easy. It becomes your new entrepreneurial. You can wake up and do that in your sleep. You used to have just one hot dog cart, you grew it, and you went through the hard process of learning to hire people and how to have a brick and mortar store and all these things, and you grew it. Well, guess what? You can now take that experience and open another brick and mortar. You don't have to start over by going back to another food cart and pulling it behind your bicycle again. Why? Because the brick and mortar has become your new, natural, easy entrepreneurial stage. And so that's the power of this. As you get purposeful and break through, your skills and your abilities begin to find a new equilibrium within the new skill set, and it becomes easy. So it doesn't stay hard forever. But eventually, even in that box, you will move up to a certain level of success and hit another ceiling, and you'll have to make the same decision. Do I just want to stay in this new E that I've been in? Is that okay for me? Or do I want to break through to another level? No one can make that decision for you. Success is not breaking through the next ceiling. Success is living in the zone that you want to be in. And if that zone is a level above where you're at, you're going to have to break through. If that zone is where you are right now, enjoy yourself. That's okay too. The choice is yours. We're going to have a little self-reflection right now. Reflection number 1. Think about one of the first goals that you achieved with your startup idea or your business. What was the easiest for you? What came naturally? What was your E level of achievement in the business that you're doing now or a past business that you had? What was the E? You started it, you did it, it was the E. Oh, it was easy. I got to this level. It was no problem. Write that down. Put that in the worksheet area. Just take a minute to reflect. While you're doing that, I'm going to read reflection number 2. The next thing you want to do is think about the first barrier or the first ceiling that you hit. For some, this can be as simple as taking action on their idea. That might be, I hit a ceiling just taking action and trying to actually bring this thing to life. I was fine. It was an E when it was in my head, but when I tried to step out and do it, it's like I hit a wall. It doesn't matter where you hit the wall, where you hit the ceiling. The fact is that you will hit one. So just write down what that ceiling was. Maybe it was hiring your first employee. Whatever it was, just put it down. It's going to be unique to you. Reflection number 3, check off and then describe any of the below activities that you had to do in order to break through that barrier. This one will take a little bit of thought. Did you have to focus? Did you have to get a better understanding of defining a specific area of growth in your skill or knowledge and get focused on doing that? Did you have to get into some strategic options? Like really look at the strategies it was going to take to get through this. Like, what do I do? How do I develop this? Who can I talk to? What ideas can I get? How do I break through this? And really think through some strategic options to change things. Models, did you have to study and learn from some other people? I had to go talk to someone that was already successful at this. I went and talked to somebody that already had a brick and mortar restaurant. They already started in a little cart and they've gone through all these stages. Why start over and reinvent the wheel when I can ask someone who's already succeeded and get their help? Did you develop systems to get through it? Yeah, this is difficult because I always am getting these last minute orders, or all these things are going on. It becomes chaotic. So I developed a new system, a system that allows orders to come in and to go into a queue so that I can see them in advance and know what's happening. Like, what did you do to develop a system for delivery, for pickup, for scheduling your appointments, whatever it might be? Did you have to develop a system? And did you have to get accountable as the last one? Accountable as someone who wouldn't just be your cheerleader, but would be your challenger. I'm going to challenge you to do better. I think you can do better. Hey, you said you were going to do this. Did you follow through? You need someone in your life that can be your accountability partner, someone who cares enough to confront you when you're coming short of what you've committed to. Okay, those are things to think about. Just check those off if those are things that you've been through. Okay, reflection number 4. What is your current E? We've moved from the past. Now we're moving into the present right now. What is your current easy mode? Your current just, oh, this is entrepreneurial. This is so simple for me. What is that in your business? Your startup, your idea? What's the easy part? Part you can just wake up, roll out of bed, and do it, no problem. It's so easy. Just define that, and that'll tell you where you're living right now. That little box that you're in, where are you living right now? The comfort zone. And then, once you're done with that, reflect on what is your current P. What ceiling are you hitting that requires a purposeful breakthrough? Like, where are you stuck? Well, I just keep getting to this level, but I can't get past it. What is that ceiling? What is that P? What are you running into that's stopping you from growth, from success, from momentum? And write that down. You can feel free to pause this video, take a couple minutes to reflect and write those things out, and I'll see you on the other side of this pause. All right, it's good to have you back. And here we go. I'm going to trust that you did those things well, because only you can do them for your business. And I trust that you care enough about your business to put the work in. But here we are on the last page, taking action and breaking through. Number 1, focus. What specific area of growth in your skills or knowledge do you need to focus on? What are your specific areas that you need to focus on growing? Put those down. Put down where your focus point needs to be so that you can start to put things in place to grow in your skill or knowledge. Strategic options. What can you eliminate from your current activities to narrow down your efforts to the most productive activities? What do you need to eliminate strategically so that you can focus in on the things that matter? Models. Who do you need to meet with? Who do you need to connect with? Who do you need to learn from? Who do you need to read? Whose videos do you need to watch? Whose business do you need to study? Who do you need to take out for lunch and pick their brain? There's models available. Somebody's already broken through the barrier you're trying to break through. There's no sense in slamming your head against it over and over again trying to figure it out. Go talk to somebody who's already done it and use their models to break through. Systems. How can you simplify your efforts and make things repeatable? What systems can you put in place to simplify everything and make them repeatable? Accountability. This is the last one. Who can you connect with and share your goals with that will hold you to your commitments? And lastly, you can turn off this video and have some discussion with those around you, but write down, what are your biggest ahas? What's your biggest kind of shifts in perception and perspective that you've had today that you really feel like can help you grow? Once you've talked about that, once you've written that down, keep this worksheet with you all week. Marinate on it, think on it, look at how you can apply these things and put them to use in your business. If you don't put them to use in your business, nobody will. And your business will grow as fast as you do. If you are committed to growing yourself, your business will follow. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to have more lessons coming up, and I hope this has been helpful to you. In fact, I know that it will be helpful to you if you'll put in the work to apply it to your life and your business. Share this video with somebody. Subscribe to the videos below so you see more coming out. And if you're local here in the Round Rock, Texas area or in one of our other workshop areas, you can totally jump in and join one of those groups. They are free to attend. Take care.